Unit 1 was the Wheat Ridge Police Department's very first police car. The Wheat Ridge Police Department and the city have a history, and part of that history is Unit 1. This was a great opportunity for us to restore the vehicle and represent it, so to speak, back to the community 50 years later from when it was originally assigned to the police department and originally went in service.
At that time, there was a council person named Jack Bramble. So Jack was appointed the first acting chief of Wheat Ridge. But one of the things he did right away was order a police car from 38th and Wadsworth. At the time it was called Johnny Harper Ford. It was purchased on September 30th, 1969. So only a month and a half after the city was incorporated. So it lived its life as a patrol car for 4 to 5 years. That's the normal life of a patrol car. And for whatever reason, this car was not auctioned off. This car remained in the lot at Public Works.
The city kept the vehicle and it sat outside. It went through a ton of weather. With the city's 50th anniversary, we decided to restore this vehicle.
It's historic, it's the first city car. It really says Wheat Ridge. So Unit 1 is a 1969 Ford Custom 500. It has no AM/FM radio. It has no power brakes, no air conditioning. It was very bare bones at the time. And this has a big V8 engine. It's a 390, and it was fast in its day. We start a year and a half in advance to get this car restored with the goal of having it run in the 2019 Carnation Festival Parade. We had a fundraising campaign through the Passport program to try to raise some funds, and we had some funds that we used for our maintenance of vehicles that we could use to help restore this. So all that put together, we were able to make this happen. The restoration was challenging at every level. The interior was completely shot. It was mouse and squirrel eaten away. The interior was falling apart. The outside was rusted in spots, and it's got a lot of Bondo. The car's probably been wrecked we don't know how many times.
The first steps of the restoration were obviously mechanical. Cypher Automotive and Stat Automotive assisted with both of those projects.
And that was a huge accomplishment when we were able to get it running with all original parts. The second part was to get the interior done, to get it cleaned up and get the interior reupholstered.
It's a mess right now. Lots of years gone by. So we're gonna make this thing look like it came brand new. We have to hustle. We don't have a lot of time to waste. We're doing the door panels, of course. We're making new upholstery for the seats. We're gonna tear out all the padding. We're gonna tear out all the covers. We're gonna make everything brand new. It's gonna have a new day. You know, I have a lot of respect for what the policemen do and the firemen. We like to do our best. A little bit of luck, we'll have it done.
The third part was the exterior, the bodywork and paint.
We're here at Christopher Dodge World, and we're in the collision center. What we're going to start doing now is de-trimming the car, pulling all the trim off. Then we'll start to strip this old paint off, start doing the body work, starting getting it prepared for paint. Biggest challenge, this is an older car and it takes older tools. Some of the clips, some of the fasteners, some of the trim is no longer available. So trying to figure out all those pieces. Just to be a part of our heritage, part of our community. This car's been in Wheat Ridge since the mid-60s. So today we are mechanically stripping the exterior of the vehicle. As we start to remove all the paint and the old bodywork, you can kind of tell there's many paint jobs on this one. So we start to find old bodywork in areas where things need to be repaired. So first we're going to get this down to a good base and get everything stripped, and then we'll begin the bodywork process. Pretty exciting. Start taking off 20 or 30 years worth of paint jobs, you start to find out what the history of the car is. What's been done, what hasn't been done, how many paint jobs there are. Looking forward to seeing what this car looks like when it's all done.
Today I'm just kind of weld up some holes for you guys, get John grinding, have him start doing some Bondo work, fix some of the prior stuff that was repaired wrong back in the day up to specifications of today's repair standards. Just a whole restoration complete on a car that's 10 years older than I am can just be challenging right there. I mean, so we just welded up the holes so we can get a nice conventional new age repair done on the panel. Next step for that will be grind that down, make sure it's flush, feel it, then bondo it, sand the bondo down and glaze it, sand the glaze, clean everything, seal it, base it, clear it, buff it, put it back together, give it back to you guys.
After it's all prepared, sanded, blocked, and cleaned, there is a color tinted sealer that is put on, and then the color itself. When you finally get the color on it, it starts to look like a real car again, and that's when it starts to get exciting. You start to see that, hey, this is really going to look cool when it's all done.
We're here today at the city's 50th anniversary Carnation Festival Parade, and we've brought Unit 1. We're super excited to show this car off and let the community take a look at Wheat Ridge's first police car.
This is what we've been waiting for to get this car ready. It's been about a year and a half to get this car to where it is now. The plan was to have it ready for the Carnation Festival Parade, and we made it by about 3 days to spare.
Nice to see you. Thanks for bringing Unit 1 out.
It's a pleasure.
It's a real source of pride for our community to have this vehicle back in service, and we hope that it reminds people of the terrific roots and the terrific history that we have in our city, and that we maintain our history as we move forward into the future.
I cannot believe what a great job they did on this car. It looks awesome. The lights even work. It's amazing.
I don't know, there was so many people that were cheering and clapping and whistling. I think they're really proud to see that car. It felt great to get the appreciation from the community. Yeah, we worked hard on it, but everybody worked hard on it, and I think the community deserved that. They really gave us a great standing ovation when we drove by.
The day was awesome. There was a lot of people asking questions about it. There was a lot of people giving thumbs up, applauding the car. We have a lot of pride in it. It took a lot of time, a lot of patience, a lot of work, a lot of organization. But it was a really cool feeling to see the community's response for the first time, seeing this vehicle 50 years after it went into service. There was actually people in attendance at the parade that remember this vehicle. So to see their response was absolutely incredible. It was a really cool experience.
This is a city car. We want to maintain it. We want to use it. It's not just going to sit in a museum. We're going to use it. We're going to drive it to events. It's going to be part of the program. I actually drove this car when I first started. It's kind of funny to drive this car again. It just really feels good that we've accomplished something and we've saved something for the future of the Wheat Ridge Police Department and the city.
It's important to preserve pieces like this because it's part of our story. It's part of our history. A lot of pride. It's a super cool feeling to know what we started with, the challenges that we faced, that we pressed through, and to see what it is today.
I think history means a lot. It means a lot to this community. It means a lot to the department. Our police department has always recognized that we are a part of a bigger concept. There's the past, the present, and there'll be a future. And all of our employees will be a part of that. We look to the future by looking at the past.